Way! Yes, let's go. A up, my ducks. I'm Aaron, reporting for CoasterGen, and welcome to episode 4 of Dark Ride Ducks Quack. And today we're going to have a little chat about Symbolica at Efteling theme park. Why not? Why not? Don't forget, let's have a little chat in the comments. Tell me what you think about Symbolica. It's so good. So let's have a little chat. So first of all, the whole of Efteling is brilliant, well, highly themed, and worth that title of a themed park. Quack. So when on the run up to Symbolica, isn't it? You look at the outside and you think, wow, this thing looks amazing. It's so clever how they've hid the ride show building in this structure, really. And you go through the normal queue line, which I have never experienced. Please let me know if you have, because I've been to Efteling once, and I went in Symbolica 3 times in that day, and it was all on the single rider queue, so I haven't had the experience of the main queue, but I could see it from where I was, and not much going on in there. It's a lovely facade bit outside and the front and everything like that, but the queues doesn't seem to be that themed until you get to the main doors. Then it all changes. So that's where I went in. So the team member would come and get you, and you'd bring you into a separate bit. It was for single riders, which is weird. And you would see the pre-show from there. You would, or you do, or you will, or why not? You saw the pre-show from there, and what a pre-show! Oh, spoiler alert! Yeah, absolutely phenomenal. And that, how good is that pre-show on the stairs? And then it spoilers, it opens up, doesn't it, the staircase, and that's the best bit in the whole thing for me. The opening up of the staircase, and you go in. The main group would go in, and you'd get held behind, and then your gate would get open if you're in a single rider queue, which I was. But you'd go in your groups and down the stairs, and it's like this, depending which way you're in. And you get to the loading platform, get popped onto the actual ride vehicle itself, and the ride vehicle looks amazing, and everything is very highly themed, and I love it from there on out. When you go on a route basically through this big imagination house thing, and there's apparently 3 different routes, and the 3 times I did it, I only managed to do 2 out of the 3, so one of them was the same one. But I love it. It was my first trackless dark ride, and I'm so happy that it was, because what a standard to set. The scenes, the magic, I have no idea what's going on or what's being said, but it's magical. But yeah, so I mean, okay, what's your favourite standout scene of Symbolica? For me, it's the whole underwater whale cracking thing, and there's a bit of water sprayed on you, and it smells so good during the ride itself. I just wish I knew what was going on with it more, what the whole idea behind it is. I'm sure I can look online and get a translation, but it was magical. You didn't have to know the language to have that magical feeling and think, my goodness, this is a solid, ridiculously good dark ride. And it's for a trackless dark ride, which is, there's something different about that. You get on the trackless dark ride and you feel that you could be sent anywhere, sent going forth into whatever imagination or horror setting, or in space, or down the bottom of the ocean, or into a fantastic fantasy world of pure imagination, because you feel like you could, even though it's pre-programmed, you can't, you feel like you should be able to glide throughout all these areas and see whatever, and you're on this tour. Absolutely ridiculously brilliant. And from what I can remember of it, when you go, there's a big scene. Oh, there's one scene when you're going round and you get sprinkled with like magic, and that's cool. But when you go to the big, like, it's like a feast ballroom scene. That's ridiculous, and I can remember the way the ride vehicle moved during that, depending what tour tour you're on. Um, was just really good, ridiculous, and I loved that. It just stood out for me, that did. Yeah, brilliant, absolutely ridiculous start ride, trackless start ride, and when you when you go out into the shop as well, and there's all different things to buy in the shop. Um, I loved it. I loved it. And exiting through the little like tunnel thing as well, and you go back to the front of the facade. Honestly, I loved it so much. I it is brand new, really, isn't it? And it costs a ridiculous amount of money. Um, I'd say I would like a trackless dart ride like that in the UK. That would be cool. But we have a trackless dart ride. Looking at you, Fantasy Island. Don't ask that. No. Um, I would love a trackless dart ride of that magnitude and magnificence. Here, that would be good. Honestly, it'd be so good. It'd be so good. What would you theme it to? Where would you put it? If all the theme parks came to you, all the UK theme parks, and go, right, bruv, we want you to, decide which of us gets a trackless dark ride of this magnitude. Where would you put it and why? It's a good question. Probably Alton Towers, because it's brilliant, and that's amazing. So, once again, let me know your thoughts. Thank you